but I'm definitely interested to see what they're putting down with this Jakiro pickup. I think it's planned. It's an idea. But one dragon responds to another, and the Dragon Knight comes out for Team Unique. And this dragon's a little bit stronger than the previous one.
Well, this dragon is on a whole nother level. This dragon is the dragon, and how else to counter a dragon with another dragon, right?
Absolutely. Well, the Dragon Knight, I mean, it's even better than the guy who killed a dragon and then became one with a dragon.
You know what? What if Team Hope were actually actually trying to pick Dragon Knight, but then they misclicked it and they picked Jakiro instead. They picked the wrong dragon because Dragon Knight would make so much sense on Team Hope's side. They get the stun, the dragon tail, right, with the Grimstroke. He's a really good ink sword target as well. He also takes towers. And then it would keep the Weaver as hidden, like as a supporter or not. And, it would have been perfect in their lineup. But instead, they got a Jakiro, and now they got a Pangolier. They literally have, 4 support heroes in their first 4 picks. Normally, you can see drafts have, 4 core heroes, and you can, kind of move them around and make them to supports. But I've never seen, 4 ideal support heroes be used into cores.
Yeah, it's interesting, and now the Bloodseeker comes out, so good luck using that Rolling Thunder spell, Pangolier, because you're just going to get ruptured until the day turns dark. Yeah, it seems like a good Bloodseeker game. Very little lockdown really on the side of, well, actually, I don't know if that's fair. Rolling Thunder, you've got an Ink Swell, you've got Ice Path. It's yeah. Okay, maybe it's enough to punish the blood, but still... I do like what this Bloodseeker does. I mean, if you get the Rupture out onto the Weaver or the Pango, then they just hate life. Sure. They're done with the game. They're throwing their computers out of the window. They're going downstairs. They're going to make themselves a hot chocolate and cry. This
Bloodseeker is insane. You get someone gets Dragon Tailed or they get sharded by Tusk, and then he drops the what's the skill called? The Bloodright. Yes, Bloodright. They drop the Bloodright and boom, it's sure to hit. And any hero on Dire right now on Team Empire Hope side is gonna get annihilated just from one Bloodright. They all need to cast their spells constantly in a fight. And like you said, if this Rupture goes on Weaver or Pangolier, Team Empire Hope don't have the spells that can stand their ground and fight you. They don't have they also don't have this Tidehunter or someone who can protect them from this Bloodseeker running into their team and with this Rupture. They need something like a Death Prophet maybe. They open this exorcism when the Rupture comes out, so they have some way to fight back. Because Pangolier is not going to be that hero, right? He cannot use ultimate because most likely he's the one getting Rupture.
No, it feels great to be ruptured as a high ability hero. As they ban out the TA, is that an SF? You betcha! Team Unique gonna finish off their draft with the Shadow Fiend, putting DK in the off lane, and just putting this dominating force at mid. And Team Empire Hope, maybe they wanted to go for something a little bit cheeky, a little bit naughty, but now you've got a Shadow Fiend problem to deal with in the middle lane. I feel like this is looking rough for Team Empire Hope, but maybe they've got something up their sleeve.
Dude, I don't know, man. Real rough. Listen, Team Empire Hope better snowball the hell out of their early game if they want any chance to fight up against Team Unique. Because there is an opening with this Dragon Knight, right? Playing in the side lane. That's one of the problems with Dragon Knight is he doesn't really apply too much pressure. He just kind of absorbs pressure and then farms up, gets to level 6, and then takes your tower. But if somehow they can punish his DK, make him super low XP, get one hero extremely fat that can counter all 3 of these cores, I think they got a shot. But I have no idea what that hero is, to be honest. So we're going to have to wait and see what these great minds of Hope are going to come up with.
A Brood.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Are you happy?
This is the second Broodmother game in a row we're about to see, and it was against SF. But listen, that's not Koikba, that's for sure. So we'll see what this man can do with this Broodmother against SF. But to be honest, they don't really have the proper heroes that can deal with the Spider Lane, right?
True.
And at the same time, Bloodseeker is a really good hero against Brood in the sense that you can just rupture him too. Because he's a high movement speed hero, he needs to run around, especially once he buys Aghanims. It's a very common build right now. You go Diffusal into Ags, so you have this super fast moving Brood, and he can't catch it. So that's going to be a bit problematic. And also later in the game, I do think Shadow Fiend and DK can also deal with Brood because they get that Dragon Tail stun, or the SF has his spells. You know what I would love to see? I would have loved to have seen this DK actually go million against Broodmother. Like Brood can't do anything against Dragon.
Is this parrot okay? look at the Pangoliers parrot. It's like it's spinning in circles 1 second and
right.
Now just kind of flying away. Doesn't want to be with the Pangolier anymore, but just can't run away.
Was that what you were looking at? Did you listen to anything?
Sorry,
I
completely. I was just looking at the parrot. I'm a very simple man.
Bruh, I'm out here spinning some like 5-head stuff, and then you're just like watching the parrot.
You're like you can't just ignore my analysis when I lay it down for you. He's on a mad one, and I'm just like, haha, parrot, go brrr.
Exactly. What's wrong with you, bro?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was very distracted. It was spinning around in circles, so flying in the air. I was very impressed. I'm a very simple man. I see parrot, I get distracted.
You're probably looking for it right now too. It's in dire fountain.
I'm trying not to look at the parrot. I'm trying not to look at the parrot because I don't want to get distracted myself. I want to remain professional. I want to remain a good caster and a good co-caster to you, Thebe. I want to be here to support you.
Why? Thank you.
So,
but before we start, we should look at the couriers and say who has the best courier in this game. There's 10 couriers out here.
Who's got the best courier? Illusion. What are you doing, man? It's 2020 and you got yourself the donkey.
I see. I see that. Oh, what's that little one? What is it? The Amaterasu? Oh, that one's nice.
Oh yeah, that one's cool. That one's cool. I do like that little. Oh, yeah, he takes the win. His outline's kind of strange though. That's kind of trippy when you go into the. Anyway, so over in this middle, I mean, is this Shadow Fiend going to survive versus the Brood? Because I feel like you can still lane with razors, right?
Oh yeah, you can. I think no one did fine. I didn't actually see the first 5 minutes. I wish I did of that last game they played and see what happens. The thing is, Dire needs someone to rotate to this Broodmother and like kill the Shadow Fiend just one time, right? Like SF can keep his distance. He can build up some, mango, like with some mangoes and just like keep the Brood at bay, but just spamming raises on him. But if at some point someone with a disable comes to this mid lane, it's really tough. Now, if let's say Team Empire Hope had like a Tusk, I would say the Shadow Fiend had like no chance in hell this game. Like Tusk just rolls mid one time or shards mid one time, and then this Brood will just kill the SF, and then it'll just become super one-sided. But because they don't have that hero, I feel like this SF is going to be completely fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see if 19 is able to hold down the fort and how good Lightless can be on this Brood. Have you seen this in your look at the mini map right now? Have you seen this in your? Don't look at the mini map. No one look at the mini.
Oh my goodness, what is that? How did they even do that?
Yeah, they always do this in the CIS games. It must have like a script or something. I mean,
yeah, it's definitely some kind of a script.
Right? They always do this. It's strange. It's strange.
Yeah, great.
We're just getting angry at a game, and then you're just like, alrighty.
Yep. Dude, I had like a CIS player in my pub earlier, in my C pubs. Like I don't know how they even like. Why they even QC, And then what's funny, what he was playing was Broodmother with the Fusel Blade and Aghanims.
Wow.
So this is going to be the third Broodmother I'm going to see in the last, 4 hours.
It's a lot of broods, a lot of spiders. I hope you're not an arachnophobe.
Nah, I'm good. I actually love watching Broodmothers die. It's like a personal, hobby or passion of mine. It's just so satisfying to watch Broodmothers die. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Earthshaker's not a counter to Brood because you can basically just do it once and then that's it. But if you're the Earthshaker, you don't really care if you're losing the game if you kill the Brood twice with a sick Echo Slam and you're just like, hey, you know what? I still feel good about myself. Maybe we lost, but I got some sick slams. I got those big numbers coming up above my head with the Arcana. You know what I mean? You're feeling good about life. So I'm personally happy to pick Earthshaker into and Meepo, same logic, you might be able to kill him once, fine, still probably lose the game, but at least you feel good about killing the guy. Morally, no, psychologically, you're still on the high ground. That's what it's all about. BZZ saying hello to Tatake, James, and Ekanat. Should probably review these lanes a little bit here, as we do have the Weaver in the carry position, the Pangolier in the off lane, so that's how they've decided to lane this one. Really, Weaver had he's just proven
here
that
we
he can
go.
be played anywhere. He's going up to BCC right now. Yeah, Inkswell comes off with that Sakuchi combination. Vanscore, though, coming in, and he's got the tag team. Starke, he's got to back out, which is going to mean Vanscore can sit around, take the bounty, but nope. Ekenar grabs it off him, and now maybe the Tusk's going to be in some trouble. Tatake still chasing, still looking over towards him here, doing a decent amount of damage, but under that tier 1 tower with the HP regen, they just can't dive that tower at this stage in the game. So he will get himself away, but they get the bounty rune on the side of Empire Hope, which is going to make it 3 for them, and only 1 measly little bounty rune for the side of Unique.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like they should have made this Jakiro into a core and try to lane it against the Bloodseeker. I know for a fact that it actually does quite well, but now that I look at it, like, they got the Jakiro support, Grim support combo, then they got a Weaver carry and a Pango carry against a Bloodseeker. Sorry, a Pango core, like offlane Pango, against Bloodseeker. So this Bloodseeker, as long as he has a good game, this man's gonna destroy.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter who he ruptures.
He's gonna do work. He's got a target-rich environment, is I believe how you say that. Litrax, he's gonna be able to rupture whoever he wants, whenever he wants, and generally be able to find something good out of it. Meanwhile, James and Illusion just trading some hits. But yeah, I mean, how does this lane matchup go, Pangolier versus the Blood?
Well, I think Bloodseeker is gonna have completely fine lane. Pangolier is all about, like, you know, chipping people away and like keeping them low health, but Bloodseeker is just gonna heal all that up. And Pango doesn't have that much damage either, so a lot of the creeps are gonna get denied, and if the lane gets pushed out, Rubik just goes pull. Bloodseeker is gonna have some pressure put on him right now, but you know, that's it. Like, that's all the damage he can really deal. He's gonna heal up the rest of it backups. It won't really matter.
Yeah, and you know, much as we see Rubik with some tanky laners, you can kind of apply the same thing to the Bloodseeker as well. You know, you're doing reduced damage, he's still healing. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Vanscore getting pretty damn low actually to Tatake and Ekenar, and is actually going to walk himself all the way back to base. This Tusk just taking a bit of a beating, but that does segue us nicely into having a look at this top lane as we have the Weaver laning into the DK. I feel like this one's going to be a pretty sleepy lane. Maybe BZZ going to have a pretty nice time here on the DK as he can do pretty much what he wants.
I mean, Weaver is like one of those heroes that rely a lot on their physical damage, and when they get that breathe fire on them, the damage reduction, like, this Weaver can't do anything, right? Like, he can't harass the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight's gonna be able to get pretty much every single last hit with the Quelling Blade. So I expect the DK to have a very free lane up here on the top. He's already got level 2 Dragon Blood. That's 8 health regen and 6 armor. Do you know how insane that is?
I do know how insane that is. It's pretty bonkers, and as you mentioned before, you know, there's not that much damage in this lane. The Jakiro, yeah, he can slow him down, he can set him on fire. The Weaver can try and chase him down with Sakuchi. It's not enough to kill a DK. You don't have any nukes. You don't have any like real chase. You need the Grimstroke up here, or you're just not really finding yourself a kill, and, you know, that's just not really an option for them. So BZZ are going to have a pretty nice time. All across the board, really, looking like Unique are going to have a pretty nice time, as SF currently 13-1, but with that raise gets himself 15-1 to the Brood's 14-4. So it's not even like Linus. He's not even dominating this middle lane. He's doing absolutely, like, pretty much on par with the SF, which, you know, I'm sure Brood kind of tends to catapult a little bit. You know, first few levels can be a bit slow, but once you get a couple of points up, get some nice spiders coming in, you can really find yourself a bit of momentum. But so far, pretty good for 19.
Oh yeah, it's going to be better for him, for the Brood right now, because the SF doesn't have that bottle yet. So he doesn't have any mana at the moment. So until he get that bottle, and he gets maybe the 4-minute rune as well, if possible. I'm pretty sure Lightless is just gonna, you know, send a spider and like kill the rune off too. So
down in the bottom lane, they're going on to James right now, but they can't actually commit to this kill, especially with the disarm coming out. Illusion getting super low here as well, so does have to keep his distance. James really wants to see if he can see the guy, but won't do so. Oh, a lot of damage coming forward onto Zitrax. He really wants to come in and just get a couple of denies and get his health back up, but unfortunately can't really risk it. Yeah, there is a swashbuckle up on the Pango, but they seem to not be going for him, which does surprise me a bit. They've got the Stroke of Fate, they've got the swashbuckle, but that's it. That's it. See, this is why they pay the big money. The burst heals are there.
Yeah, as long as you have those items, you can definitely bait them in. They don't want to blow all their spells right there, and he just heals up and then, you know, gets some more blood right going. Rubik's gonna go to base. He's gonna get full HP, full mana, TP back bottom, maybe even with a flask, just to top off the Bloodseeker one time. But as you can see here, like, he's got a completely free farm lane. There's some pressure on him, but it doesn't really matter too much. You know, he's not stressing.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows he's going to have a good game, but meanwhile, on the top lane, they get the kill into BZZ. Vanscourt nearly saves him with the snowball, but isn't quite there in time. It looks like they were just able to whittle him down over time, eventually find the kill. Meanwhile, Vanscourt, he's running in an interesting direction right now. Might actually just dive to the burns under the tower. Tatake, is he going to dive with the Sakuchi? He's thinking about it, but he doesn't really want to risk his life like that, especially with the DK coming back shortly, although Ekmart doesn't really have much mana to work with here. He can throw down the liquid fire, but Vanscourt's going to be completely fine. Actually tries to dodge it here, but Ekmart with no mana won't be able to turn around and get the dual breath or anything like that, so yeah, Tusk is fine.
Oh, that was the last person I expected to give off first blood in this game.
Yeah.
The Dragon Knight of all heroes. But you know, that's what happens. You gotta always expect the unexpected.
That's right. That's right.
Mastery bottom.
Yeah, they silenced him up. Not much more than this though.
Look like he might want to chase him down, but you know, there's not a lot of damage coming out from, or movement speed coming out from all the other lanes. Everybody is kind of topped off, and Bloodseeker doesn't like that. Oh my goodness, so many spiders just dying.
We're just watching the spider slaughtering in the mid lane. Shadow Fiend, he's got an infestation problem, but he's taking care of it. He's got out the bug killer.
He is so happy in this game right now. Like this is the opposite of what happened to no one.
Yeah. And this isn't even like a regular hero who's just like, oh yeah, I'm getting a little bit of extra farm from the spider lanes. No, this guy's getting souls. He's every single time he's getting souls when he needs it. Now going for the TP out here. Is the Inkshot going to be here in time? It's not quite there. He gets himself away. Shadow Fiend going actually all the way back to base there, interestingly, but did want to heal up, get that mana back, and come back into this lane, and the Rubik's just going to be here to hold down the fort until the SF comes back in.
Well, that's so good for him. And BZZ going to get gone on top?
Yes, take a wee bit, but yeah, this man's come back to lane. He's like, God damn it, I died once, I'm not going to die again. Get me the braces. Tie them on, boys. Make them tight.
Yeah.
Nice braces.
That's 8% magic resistance, a bunch of strength, so much damage, and now that he hits level 6 off for one creepy mid, more action again.
Yeah, they're looking, and they'll find it. He's going to lose his life eventually. The Fade Bolt doesn't quite cut in soon enough. Lightless does get low, but gets himself back. And yeah, indeed, they can see the Brood. Thank you very much, Espresso.
Damn, so James actually waited there for the SF to return, and they went on him one more time. And this is exactly what I mean. They need, like, this Brood needs the support to rotate for him to get that advantage in the lane. Unfortunately, the advantage is coming after the SF already has like 74. Up in the top
lane, Sakuchi, he's on fire though. Is a corrosive breath is going to take him away? Oh no, they'll get him with the ice shards anyway. Vanscourt, he finds it, he makes it simple, and that's the Weaver dead. That should carry dead up in this top lane while Stekkenart went to deal with other things. BZZ up on that Dragon Form. Yeah, come in, just get a couple of ticks on this tower, tickle it, keep that corrosive breath.
And that's how the Weaver started taking damage, right? It's like from this green dragon, the poison it does is really, really annoying. So it's gonna get very difficult for this Weaver to actually stay in this top lane without someone rotating and killing this Dragon Knight for him. And here comes James with the level 3 Inkswell.
Let's see what they can do. They're pinging onto BZZ. They want to get the big boy, but the Stroke of Fate actually misses. Dual Breath will not. Tatake's on top of him, but the Inkswell's actually going to completely miss thanks to that Snowball. Snowball jumping in forwards, but saving them from so much of the DPS here from Team Empire Hope. Now comes the Ice Breath down onto BZZ. Surely they can bring him down, but Illusion is here, forcing them back. Lift up, throw back onto the Jakiro, and Ekkanart might be eating the dirt right now. James still trying to help him out, but guess what? There's a +1 to this fight. The Bloodseeker enters still. There's no death. Finally, they will lose James. Ekkanart looking to be heading the same way, but Mastery coming in with that Rolling Thunder brings down Illusion, the Rubik, and now looks onto the backlines, trying to find BZZ. BZZ throws a stun forwards onto the Weaver. Mastery trying to play around with the Snowball, comes through, hits onto 2. The time lapse comes out just in time from Tatake. They might finally be able to bring down BZZ. The man who started it all does fall, and now they look over towards Zitrax as well, but under that tower, he is the one in control, and there is not much they can do from here on out. So although I say that, Zitrax actually comes forward for a creep there riskily, but the two of them can't really offer any kind of disable, so the Bloodseeker knows he's safe enough. And the fight will come to an end in the top lane, but wow, what a flurry of action up in this top as both teams just bring everyone. It's absolute bloodbath in the top lane, except the Brood, who didn't really get that much done, to be honest. I don't think the SF was there, actually. These guys are just chilling in the mid lane, aren't they?
Yeah, these guys are like playing their own, game. It's like normally it's the offlaners who are doing that, and everyone's fighting, but nah.
They might not get to play their own game for much longer, as everybody is now converging on the middle lane. You don't want to come to us, so we'll come to you as a call. And in comes the Ice Path for 19. He's going to be able to get off the Requiem, and now the lift throw back lightless. He is losing his life there. Ultimate doing not enough to keep him alive. Down he goes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Requiem was so into the lift, like the bridge, couldn't do anything about it, and it did so much damage, especially with the Shadow Raises. Oh, mastery though. 19.
Ooh. Is looking for him right here, getting him stun locked in the trees. 19 trying to run his way out. Not sure he's going to be able to do so with the dual breath on top of him as well. This is going to be the Shadow Fiend going down, but now Rupture, he's going for the TP. Can they cancel it? Yes, they can. They've got the snowball, and Mastery's life will be forfeit. And now beautiful shards coming onto the Jakiro, and they're throwing in the Ice Path as well. Lovely imagery in that river as they bring down Ekmar as well. Zitrax getting himself a couple of kills, and this is not what you want happening on the side of Team Empire Hope. They are really starting to get this ball rolling right now, and they might not be done. BZZ is going to try and go onto the Brood, but the hero with that throw back, and again the Brood falls. The Spider gets squashed. 8 legs all strewn across the middle lane as they kill him off again. And Team Empire Hope are just getting really, really messy with this game right now. Not again. Not again. I'm not even sure I want to commentate on what's happening to James right now, but he's going to get punched into the air by the Tusk and killed off. They are chain feeding this Ekmar. Oh god, he gets the right side of the shards, but does it even matter? What are they doing? They're just throwing bodies into the middle lane. It's like trying to put out a fire with more fuel. They might find the Rubik on the sidelines. That is something, but they have lost this tower, and it is more than worth it to lose their Rubik for that previous like series of, I don't know, Dota-ish stuff that just happened.
This game just went from like 0 to 100 real quick, and like bottom lane was left alone. Like the moment the Pango TP top and the Bloodseeker TP top for that fight, like there was nobody bottom lane, and it was like 8 minutes into the game. So it's a really weird situation that just happened. But top tower and mid tower both dead. The Dragon Knight doing a lot of work in this game with his Elder Dragon form. So I'm expecting the bottom tier 1 to be the next target, and that way they can also protect their tier 1 on Radiant at the same time. So Dragon Knight should definitely go and park himself down there so his team can rotate to him quite easily.
Yeah, you need this Brood, the thing is, like, you need this Brood to be putting pressure, but she can only put pressure in this middle lane, and as long as the SF just sits here, gets those races off, Lightless can't do anything. Yeah, you're right, she's a poor Brood. He's supposed to
like, you can't, exactly, this Brood needs to have like 7k plus net worth at this point in the game, and that's not happening. Like 2 deaths, like you cannot die with this hero. This hero just cannot afford to die ever, like. And unfortunately, the Shadow Fiend has overtaken the Broodmother in net worth as well, where the Brood was ahead by like about 600 gold earlier. Yeah. So it goes to show how much those deaths really meant for the Broodmother. And the Diffusal Blade is not even like close yet, I would say. It's still another 1,000-something gold to go, so.
Yeah, a long way off the forward Lightless, but yeah, Rubik's gonna lose his life down in the jungle as Empire Hope find their rotation in.
Bottom tower.
You're right, that's where the pressure is coming out, and the tower's pretty much already gone. Like there's not much they can do to save it now. A Corrosive Breath, not quite enough to take it down, but on 22 HP, I'll probably get denied. Meanwhile, Tatak actually unable to find Zitrax here, and the Rolling Thunder connecting onto absolutely nobody. BCG dodges it out, and that's going to be a very underwhelming spell usage from Mastery.
Right there. Oh, mid lane.
Yeah, this might be a Jakiro in a spot of bother right now. I'm not sure why he's in this deep, but he's certainly about to be punished for it. I'll take him down pretty quickly. Maybe getting some wards down, maybe trying to get a cheeky hit onto the tower from the trees. I'm not too sure, but this dragon is dead.
There we go, BCC is going in. He's going in.
He wants the hit.
Gotta get it.
Oh, they fortified. They made it, but he's still got the Corrosive Breath on the tower, though, so Mastery does have to time it. Oh, it doesn't ran out. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Pangolo gets the deny. It was a cute idea, but they didn't really commit to it, which is disappointing.
Illusion. Oh, he stole the spell.
The spell of the game.
Shukuchi no Jutsu. This is the absolute best spell for Rubik in this game. All he's got to do is just run around, invis, and just do that extra damage with the Arcane Supremacy, and like, it's going to be so annoying to catch this Rubik, especially since they already have a lack of disables on Dire side to begin with.
It's a pretty dreamy Rubik game. The amount of stuff you've got to steal to use.
Oh boy, here we go, mid lane.
It's going down. A big old snowball coming into Lightless. Lightless makes it to the trees. Dragon Breath finds him, and there's nothing he can do. He's just going to get run down by Zitrak. And now Mastery comes on over. He's got the Rolling Thunder. They'll kill off Vanskill. They'll kill off Illusion as well. So 2 return kills coming in their way right now. They're picking out Zitrax. I'm not sure what they can do about this, though, but they're going to try for it. Zitrak's going to be the target, but they're actually engaging onto 2 at once as BZT getting controlled up. Tatake needs to change targets if they want to find a kill out of this, and they will look over towards the DK. They got a lot of damage put onto him. They will bring him down. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend tries to come in with those razors, but can't really find a target, and Tatake gets time lapse as Kuchi away. He's going to be okay, and that's going to put an end to these shenanigans in the middle lanes. They do find a decent reward for the death of their broodmother, but what are they doing here? They're staying around for a very long time. Mastery jumping back into his instant demise, and Ekanat heading the same way as well. They just waited way too long around in that middle lane, and they're not welcome in that part of the map, and they get punished for it.
Yeah. I have no idea how they turned that fight around after the broodmother died and they killed like even the Dragon Knight, but staying there was so greedy by Empire Hope there. They already got what they wanted. Just go back, reset, get your items, and then be ready to fight once again. But instead, they stick around, they lose the Jakiro and the Pangolier. Suddenly, everything that they gained is given back to Unique, and Unique, you know, the Shadow Fiend and Bloodseeker, they still haven't been touched. Right? I mean, Bloodseeker has 0 deaths. The Shadow Fiend had like his 2 deaths earlier in the game, but since then, this man has become an absolute monster. He's making his way into a Black King bar very early into this game.
Yeah, he is a beast. He is a monster. I'm not sure there's going to be that much to stop him either. They've kind of got this, I don't know, strange strat around this Weaver carrying, and then they go onto Lightless once again. They want to crush the Spider's spirit, and they are certainly doing exactly that right now. They're taking down once again, and now Mastery coming on in. The ultimate, though, going to come out from the Shadow Fiend here. Does he follow up with the raises onto the target? He gets a time lapse out just in time, and now they look forwards onto the Dragon Knight BZC. He's going to go down here. Tatake gets a double and looks over towards the Shadow Fiend, but Shadow Fiend's pretty quick. Haste just about to run out, though. He runs onto the high ground, but Empire Hope, they're chilling for the time being. I'm talking about chilling. The Ice Pipe does just about catch out the Shadow Fiend on his way out, but there's no go here. They're happy with what they got, but again, I mean, this poor old Brood, she's getting absolutely exploded every time they see her. They just see red. They want to kill the Spider. There must be arachnophobes on the side of Team Unique.
I said earlier, I love watching broodmothers die, but this game, I feel super sad for this guy. Like, he's just walking down the mid lane. He just wants to get some farm, you know, and then every time he shows up there, there's like 3 heroes smoking up and ready to kill him. But at the same time, this is exactly how you deal with broodmother, right? Like, you kill him, you know where it's going to go again. It's going to TP back to a mid lane, get ready, kill him one more time, tilt him, he's done.
Oh, 19 getting jumped on Broodmother's revenge, but she's scared. People are TPing in. Brood suddenly wants nothing to do with this, but they actually go down to low ground here. This is a pretty bad snowball. Out of position. 2-man Ice Path coming on out as well, and they'll grab them both. Oh dear, that was not the snowball you were looking for. You thought it was coming to save him, but actually side close to their death, and then now they look forward onto BTC, and the tipping game is sick from these two teams right now. It's like a game of tennis, coming back one way, then the other. They are playing some Dotes right now. I mean, this game's just wild. This game is like foot down. No one is like. If this was a game of F1, like, they'd both be off the tracks right now. There's no braking, there's no steering. They're just all acceleration. They just foot down, pedal to the metal, straight line.
There's no logic here. It's just go, you know, like just go. Don't think, just go. Like, there's 2 points of that last engagement. One, this Tusk didn't even need to snowball the Shadow Fiend. They've already ran out of gas, and the Shadow Fiend was too tanky. He was ready to like walk away, right? So he got both of them killed.
Don't worry, buddy, I'm coming.
Yeah, second, the person we didn't speak about is BZZ. This man just died 3 times on the mid lane in the last 5 minutes. So he's pretty much spent his past 5 minutes dead. Like, he revives, he goes mid, he dies. Again, he did that 2 more times after. So he's been at like 1,500 gold, and he's like trying to make his way into his blink, and he might die again. Oh no!
Run, BZZ! I don't think they can close the gap here. He's gonna get his way out. Yeah,
no procs on the lucky shot for the slow.
No, not quite.
Fortunately for him. I mean, I guess he that was a lucky shot that he did not get sold, because he was most definitely dead if that landed, and then the ink swell goes on top of him too.
Yeah, that's pretty painful.
Oh, mid.
Yeah, they're looking towards. Yeah, they certainly are. They're going to throw down the ice path, and now Sign's coming on top of him as well. Another snowball coming up. Lightless, where do you want to take him, buddy? The choice is yours, but they're just going to brag him straight into the rolling thunder once again. Stop, Van Scott, stop it! When will you learn that your actions have consequences? Solution actually might find the cheeky kill on the Brute. Brute can't do anything. She's just, oh, okay, dies to hit tracks. Decides to move, gets cold feet. But to be fair, Illusion was coming in with the Sakuchi, but I still kind of feel like you don't really want to give that kill to the Blood, but whatever, it's fine. Kind of. Illusion gets himself away, and he's going to go for the outpost here. Could be a little bit close. He's just memeing. He's just playing around. Okay, guys. Oh god, they've led him to BZZ. Not like this. He was actually not where the enemy team was for once, but they found him anyway. Illusion just totally gets the DK killed off here, and down you go, BZZ.
It's godlike! This Weaver's godlike! What? Wait, when did Weaver get 10 kills?
I thought the Bloodseeker was doing that. Too. Bloodseeker's only got 5 kills. What are you doing, Zitrax? Get yourself in some fights, buddy. Did you not get the MO?
Yeah, and also, like, this, to me, as of right now, the MVP is definitely this Pangolier. Like, every time, he's here at the perfect time with his Rolling Thunder to destroy this Tuscan Shadow Fiend who are snowballed.
Yeah, it's a bit of ball-on-ball action as the snowball seems to always end up being inside the yeah, we're watching it. Don't you worry. I've got my eagle eyes on today.
No more T-Tours.
No, T-Tour's gone. We're only well, T-Tour's clapped today. That's all we are. We're catching everything. Ignore the laning phase. I think I missed one in the laning phase.
BCT, finally. They're coming together, guys. They're tired of taking it up the butt. It's time to deliver some.
Yeah. They're done with receiving, time to give. Yeah. And they've got this blink finish on the DK, so yeah, they want to make something happen.
BKB on the SF too.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. Looking to make some magic happen, but Empire, they're wary.
Just go from like 4th net worth to like highest net worth with the godlike streak all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know. He just fought. He just turned up, got kills. Bloodseeker, he was farming the whole time. He was just like, hey, you know what? There's too much blood. I want to go and kill some creeps instead. And he pays the price for it. I feel like he probably should have been... I don't know. He was turning on to the fight, so it's a hard one to call.
So they've taken up over the top area of the map. They also probably have some gold for buybacks and TP onto that outpost if they need to. So just kind of waiting for someone to walk up the hill here. And here we go. BKB. Requiem coming up. I can feel it.
Best thing about this BKB is the Tuscan smoke. No, I'm just kidding. That's a bit. Oh my goodness, he's getting beaten down so quickly. He needs to make a play here, but he's just getting revved down by Lightless anyway. That BKB so underwhelming. Meanwhile, Soulblind holding the two of them together. Vanscore and BZT in some trouble. They will turn around. They get nothing. They get nothing. The Brood lives through it all, and they murder everybody on the side of Team Unique. So close to getting one way or the other, but it's actually Unique who just get completely turned into mincemeat. They get their crumpets buttered, and now straight into Roshan. Team Empire Hope with emphatic victory in the middle lane are going to take an Aegis as their victory medal. Wow. What happened there, Steven?
Like, this Shadow Fiend never clicked his BKB. Nobody went in and stunned Team Empire first. Like, this Tusk could have just snowballed on one of the heroes that was going on him. So the SF can just BKB and ulti, right? Someone's got to set up for this Requiem so it actually hits something. So because he was waiting for it, the Broodmother and the Weaver just hit him a couple times during the duration of the ice path, and that was enough to bring him down to like 30% health before he BKB'd, and at that point it was just too late already. He didn't have enough HP, and obviously if Shadow Fiend doesn't get his ult off, you know, pretty much your highest net worth hero dying before he does anything in the fight, there's no chance you have, you know, in a 5v5 engagement.
Nothing you can really do, as you say. It's feeling like they kind of got their hands tied. Can they release the handcuffs and get themselves off? Probably not whilst the stage is up. I don't know. This Weaver seems like an absolute menace in this game.
Dude, Radiant is tilting themselves out of this game.
Yeah,
like,
I think you're right.
First death in the mid lane, like BZZ dying 3 times back to back to back on the mid lane that way, they've completely tilted themselves out of this game.
I think you're right. I mean, you look at these two games and you're like, what is there to deal with the Weaver? It's like, well, you've got Lift, you've got Snowball, you've got Requiem. That's a pretty good tool for the Weaver. You've got Dragon Tail, and you've got the Rupture. There's no way this Weaver should be doing this well. But these fights have just been so chaotic, like it's just been an absolute mess, that it's actually gone pretty well for the Weaver. He's just been able to come out. And now he's tanky, and now he's got an Aegis, and now you don't really have the answers for him. So what do?
Yeah, like, you know, Shadowfiend was feeling himself. He's like, oh, Broodmother is dying mid lane, haha. And then this Broodmother is like, we knew at this game, like, he already tilted himself out of this game. And then, like, he's just telling his team, guys, just run down middle. Let's go get this tier 1 tower. And somehow it all worked out. Like, throughout all this chaos, the Weaver is the one who benefited from all of it.
Yeah.
And that's how he got this fat. Because, like, Empire is, like, throwing their bodies at Unique, and Unique is like not thinking about what the Weaver is doing in the fight. They're not saving spells for the Weaver, and they just kind of just let him do his thing, like thinking, oh, it's just a Weaver. Like, nobody ever thinks a Weaver is going to carry a game, right?
True.
But if he gets this fat, he might actually carry the game. He's going for a Satanic too, so that the Rupture doesn't last a very long time on him. So he went Maelstrom for the farming item, and then he went for the Sanjin Yasha into Satanic build, so the Rupture only lasts like, what, 5 seconds or something.
They might be going for the DK here. He tried to go for the outpost, but James actually managed to get the TP in. Now with the Rolling Thunder. Oh, Hinkswell, nicely timed from Mastery. They've got him stun locked, but actually getting a little bit too close to the cliff here, and BZZ walking around nicely. He's got his dancing shoes on, but unfortunately, Mastery just kicks his feet out from under him and says, no dancing today, sir.
Oh,
meanwhile,
tac, mid lane. Take it.
Oh, Illusion! Can they give him in time? He gets the Sakuchi stolen again. Is it enough? The chase, the race. He can't. No, he's given up. There's only so much clan we can do. Meanwhile, Jakiro burning up Vanscourt right now. Mastery coming on through as well. They've got the Yules actually on the Pangolier to make sure that this Tusk is most certainly getting roasted today. So he runs forwards a little bit early on the ice path, but I mean, this will be They're missing the swashbuckle as well. And then the ice shot's coming out from Vanscourt, but they should. Oh, then the ice path misses as well, but they should. There we go. We landed a spell, and now Vanscourt will die. Good stuff. Meanwhile, Tatake, he's hanging out with his good friend Bloodseeker, realizes he's on the enemy team, starts right-clicking away at Illusion nearby to help out, but they don't really want to start fighting an Aegis Weaver. That just doesn't sound like a good idea right now, so they'll let him go. Yeah,
it looks like Shadowfiend has made himself a Crystallos this game.
Alright, wants to just pack a punch.
Yeah, but I feel like he needs some kind of lifesteal, so he can just stand his ground with his BKB and just right-click people and like sustain himself. That would be pretty nice, because right now, if the Weaver starts hitting him or the Broodmother starts hitting him, he's still gonna take a lot of damage, and he has like nobody on his team can heal him up, right? They have no aura items actually on Radiant.
Yeah, I definitely see like the Satanic being the logical next stop for the Shadowfiend for now. Surprisingly feels like the BKB is enough, but you know, we saw from his BKB debut that it's maybe not what they're looking for this game. But Lightless, oh okay. I thought they were going to set up something, but 19's just like, give me them spiders. Meanwhile, BZZ getting right-clicked a little bit here. Tatake coming really far forward to try and bring down this DK, but in comes a Requiem, throwing down the Fear. We were being held control, but he still has that Aegis, and also has the time lapse as well. Now the Soulbind comes out, but it's onto the 2 BKB targets. Vanscourt is dead in the backlines. Meanwhile, Mastery will lose his life. Can they actually find a fight here? Zitrax running forwards. The Aegis now gone on the Weaver as he runs himself away, and he actually gets caught out by the ice path from Rubik. That is perfect, but can they follow up on it? Doesn't look like they can. Oh, maybe Liv comes in, and look at Zitrax flying him down. Who is faster? It is a Bloodseeker, and he gets himself a triple kill. Nice Sakuchi, idiot. I've got myself a thirst, and Zitrax will get himself the triple and drag his team possibly back into this game. It's still a while to go, but a great time on that fight, just as the Aegis runs out, and now they have themselves the 10k gold they have themselves 4 kills, but still a 10k gold advantage on the side of Team Empire Hope.
So we found the real culprit, right? I think Unique have finally found the real culprit in this fight. It's the Pangolier. Yeah. All they have to do is rupture the Pangolier, so every time he's rolling around in the fight, he's gonna kill himself, and that's what happened. He rolled around,
simple.
He used the swashbuckle one time, and then he died, right? And the moment the Pangolier dies, there's nobody for Empire Hope who's like standing their ground protecting the team and all these like squishy heroes. So they just all have to start running.
That is the first time I think I've seen the Bloodseeker be there for the start of the fight, to be fair. You know,
Exactly.
Lightless, he's just gonna peace out. BKB, see you later, boys. I'm out of here.
And finally, that's the point where, you know, you kind of untilted yourself now, right? For Team Unique. You've like won that big engagement, and now you feel like, okay, we have some hope in this game. We're not just getting ran over. And I think Empire Hope were a bit too hasty on that jump, because look at the Radiant vision where they took the fight, right? They had so much vision there, and they just ran into the Radiant vision and just took the fight instead of like trying to deward them, push them off, and then get the proper jump when you see everybody on Empire Hope side, especially when you're ahead in the game. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yep, in the wise words of Sun Tzu, you take a fight when the enemy can see you, you're gonna die. I think that's right. Smoke comes out from Unique. They want to go again. Might have. Nah, they didn't catch that one. That ward is nowhere nearby. They're going to be venturing into the enemy jungle, but Team Empire Hope are actually in their own jungle right now. Or the enemy jungle. I mean, they're both in the enemy jungle. But maybe, just maybe, Unique will know about this. But I like this play from them, you know? They're feeling good. They want to ride this momentum, ride the wave. They're going to try and find them again. Zitrax sitting on the front lines, looking for an entry point here. They will not find it, so they're just going to clear up these creeps in the middle wave. Start pushing this one in, but Empire Hope, now it's their turn to smoke. Can they find something more? Satanic finished up on the Weaver, by the way. That's a very interesting pickup. And this is not a smoke movement, this is a smoke standstill. They really believe that Unique are going to walk into this trap, but Unique, they're off elsewhere. They've actually got their second smoke here. Getting a bit awkward now. Both teams just kind of play. All right, they finally realize where each other are, and now Rupture out onto Lightless here, actually. But Lightless, he's just going to run himself away. BZ jumps in, actually stuns the Weaver, of all people. It's a messy engagement, though. And Mastery, he's going to jump into the backlines. He's got the Rolling Thunder, and now they have no Rupture to try and deal with it. He knows this, so he's just kind of playing around. But this DDSF is proving a little bit too much of a threat for Empire Hope to engage upon here. So they are just going to let them take this ground. But BZZ jumps past the ice wall here, over towards Tatake. Tatake, he doesn't know what to make of this. There's a dragon in my face. I'm a little bit concerned. Meanwhile, Snowball comes down. Tusk might be the first one to go down here, but we're actually going to get stunned up before he can finish the job, and Lightless just gets wrecked on the front lines. And Tatake's gone as well. Oh no, Team Empire Hope, they're letting it go right now. James trying to get himself away, but the crit comes in. My god, 19. He is massive. I've got a question. I mean, Empire Hope, they were like, all right, there's a double damage Shadow Fiend, we're not touching that with a barge pole. And then the Tusk comes rolling in going, ooh, guys, look at me. And they're like, oh, well, maybe we can kill the Tusk. This guy's being a bit of a fool. But the Jester had a cunning plan all along, and it works out perfectly for Team Unique as they take to the high ground now.
Yeah, the Broodmother didn't pick his BKB, I believe, and also the Pangolier might have, been a bit too hasty on casting his ultimate there when he saw the Rupture go onto his Brood. So after Unique just cut it out, that Pangol, they felt so strong to just go in and, Vanscore on a suicide mission to give some vision to his teammates, just going in there and snowballing in, creating that opportunity for Team Unique to fight.
Exactly. He was a nice little, what's the term? I think in like USA they call it the honeypot trap. In the spy world, when you have like a very nice looking young lady in order to try trick a young spy into giving away his secrets. This is a Tusk. Tusk is a honeypot. He's a sexy young spy, luring them in with his charms and sexy snowballs. Now smoke out from Unique again. I mean, they just want to keep this wave coming. I mean, look at it. There was a 10k net worth advantage for Team Empire Hope at one stage. 15. I mean, it was 13k roughly. Numbers are all over the place right now, but I mean, it's just come crashing down. And now with Roshan, they might be able to do something about this though, but they need to get in here quick. Ekanat comes forward and throws down that ice pop, and now the Rupture comes down onto Mastery. Mastery, he's just gonna have to sit inside the Roche pit. Meanwhile, on the front lines of the fight, they've got the Soul Fight out onto the DK and onto the Tusk, but there's not much they can do inside this. Oh, maybe they can. In comes Lightless, just pops his Shadow Fiend, and now looks towards this next target. Vanscore, he's gonna want to lose life, but Zitrax still nice and healthy on the sidelines. He takes down James, but can't really find any more targets, and they're just gonna try and bail on this one, but they're leaving behind Roshan. Illusion won't have the luxury of getting out of this. Meanwhile, they're pinging for more here. They actually want to try and find Zitrax. Will they? They will not. But they can go back into Roche. Roche is pretty darn low. He's got an Aegis. He's got a Cheese. Unique are missing 2 heroes right now and cannot buy back on them and don't have a TP point, even if they could. Oh yes, they do. My bad. They've got the outpost, but it doesn't matter because they're already in this pit. Empire doing horrible things to Roshan, and they're now going to take the instant cheese, and once again it comes swinging on back the other way.
I don't know what's happening in this game. I think these guys are not playing Dota, they're playing ping pong.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. And this Pangolier, like, he got ruptured. It was such a perfect rupture on him. Instead of Unique going back and focusing down this Pangolier, they decided to go out, preemptively pop this BKB on the Shadow Fiend, and try to take the fight to Hope outside of the Roshan pit, where once his BKB dropped, they just went to town on him. This Broodmother clicked his BKB, started right-clicking the Shadow Fiend. He had his insatiable hunger on, so he's life-stealing like a madman. They don't have anything that goes to the BKB either, so they can't stop him from attacking. And all of a sudden, this fight just looked absolutely horrible for Unique. And his Bloodseeker, whatever damage that he was dealing, just wasn't enough. And now he's decided to pick up that Basher, go for the Abyssal. I think that's going to be the hope to try and stop this Broodmother from just going ham in the next fights.
Yeah, I think this Brood is a bigger problem than they ever expected, especially when they smashed her so hard throughout the laning phase. You know, you just don't really expect this hero to come back, but when you fight this much, things just get messy, things get unpredictable, and now you have a Brood second place in net worth, threatening your Bloodseeker even, who actually went for an Aghanim Scepter. Did you mention this yet?
No, I did not, but
Crazy,
it's good because
bro.
you gotta break the Linkens of the Pangolier somehow, or you can just use your ult on a Brood and a Pangolier.
Yeah. The Brood, the Pango, the Weaver. I mean, I think it's more just like you're not really saying, okay, you're not planning out like I'm going to use my Rupture on the Pangolier and the Weaver, and you're just choosing the targets which are the front lines, which are out of position, and then you're saving one for the Pangolier. I think is the aim of the game, but I don't know. I don't think you dump 2 charges into the Pango, but I could be wrong.
He's got a Linken, so
yeah,
I think that he's the most important hero to deal with. As long as they can get rid of him, who has the Vladimir's aura and can also disarm your right clickers, like majority of Unique's lineup is their physical damage, right, from their right click. So it does a lot more than you would think.
Well, Empire hope they have rebuilt their empire, so to speak, as they get back up to that 10k gold advantage. Restore to their former glory, but still a while
down 2 racks.
Yeah, that's true. That's
the
true.
big hole in their base says otherwise in their 10k gold. Can you imagine having 10k gold advantage, but you have like this giant hole in your base? And it's only 35 minutes in. Like, it's just like nothing in this game adds up,
Yeah, I'm sure there's examples of this in history where there's been like a city which they're like, yay, we won the war, like, but sir, all our cities and towns have been destroyed and everyone's starving. Like, no, we won, we're glorious, we're the best. This is kind of the situation they're in, but they are still very strong with this cheese, with this Aegis. They own the map, and this gold advantage is only going to grow. But as you say, with those 2 racks down, what does that actually mean for the game? Like 2 racks down, what changes does this make to how these games play out?
Well, there's an Aegis on the field right now. That means that Unique can't really go out and fight up against this, but Team Hope, like, they also need to build up a lot more net worth because they got 2 racks down. They need to build up enough farm, enough items that they can like kind of just one-shot this game if possible.
Look at this Rubik. He's just spinning his own webs everywhere. He's like, all right, you're the Brood? No, I'm now the Brood. Does he still keep the advantage when he steals another spell? I can't imagine he does, right?
I don't think so. I think they all go away.
Yeah.
The webs.
Seems logical. And I assume the Brood can't run over his webs.
Mm-hmm.
Did Rubik just steal?
No, he cannot.
I couldn't see. I don't know. They went to take the creep wave at mid with some razors, and a Fade Bolt came out, and I just saw Nice in the chat. So I'm assuming 19 just got a lot of creep stolen.
I want to say something. I've been thinking about, and nobody has like done it as of right now. Like, if you look at the Rubik talent tree, he got buffed right to 80 Fade Bolt hero attack, or you have a choice of 100 cast range. The 100 cast range can give you like good, positioning, but dude, 80 damage is insane. Like on any carry that you hit it on, bro, that's more than a relic.
I mean, how much do these spiders do is what I'm thinking right now. They'll
do. No, that's only for the heroes. So
oh, true. Yeah, hero damage. Right.
Oh, here we go. Initiation.
getting down somewhat, but they're going on to the
Oh,
Shadow
the
King. Shadow King
BKB.
losing his life. He can't get on the BKB. And time he's just dead straight away. No buyback at all. He's actually died back here. Meanwhile, it's bad score. He's going to get run down as well. Empire hope they just storm the high ground, and it doesn't seem to be a whole lot they can do about this. Tatake just sitting by the Ancient, now wisely time lets himself away as the DK jumps on top of him. But a nice ice bath out from the Rubik. What can they do with it? Not much, it seems. So Tatake is sitting in the front lanes, but he's got that Aegis. Pops Satanic. Is it enough? It's not. He will be losing. He will not be losing. He turns it around and they get the kill onto Zitrax. Tatake just balancing himself on about 100 HP there, but still winning the fight. I mean, he doesn't go down, doesn't even lose the Aegis, and they kill off the Bloodseeker. They might have just taken themselves at least the disadvantage they had earlier back. They might even just go for the win here. I mean, there's still 80 seconds until these two heroes are back in the game. Empire Hope could just put in the death blow. What is the choice? Looks like they're going for the barracks right now. Illusion trying his best to slow them down. A flurry of spells coming out from him. Not seeming like it's going to be enough, though.
Yeah, I mean, Ice Patch is actually the best spell that this Rubik can take. And it's not going to be enough because the Shadow King of
Buddy.
and the DK now.
Oh, God.
My God. They're going to fight against Megas at this rate.
You just got too close. I just got a little bit too close. Ice Path coming down.
Imagine he had the Fade Bolt right here. Oh, boy.
God, it is. Yeah, he'd be doing a lot more work than he is with the Fade Bolt for sure, but
It would not be doing any damage to these towers, I'll tell you that. And also, if you use that Fade Bolt thing on the Pangolier, like his Swashbuckle will also do less damage, right? For every strike. So.
Would it?
Yep. Because Swashbuckle is based off of your attacks, isn't it?
No, it's its own damage source. It just takes in anyway, doesn't matter. We've got a GG coming out. We got to the game. You get a little bit of a mercy call from the teams there. But yeah, that is going to be Team Empire.